Oh, did he?
Yeah. I'm the one that said the side, we're not switching. Had the one D.
So,
Pass over. Like it's yours. Get your pass over there.
right here. Don't be touching me.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting of Monday, September 23rd to order. Please rise for reflection and pledge of allegiance. Lord, we thank you for enabling us to gather here this evening to conduct the people's business. Help us to hear what is presented, to make sound choices, and to share the things that will benefit all of us here in Castle Shannon. Help us to manage and solve the various challenges that we face as a community. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Nancy Kovac.
Here.
Dan Fisher.
Here?
William Oates.
Here.
Dave Seiler.
Here.
Kevin Brannon. Lisa Shartle.
Here.
Jeremy Young. Mayor Baumgarten. Eileen O'Malley.
Here.
Michael Foot.
Here.
Dennis Biondo.
Here.
Ken Truber.
Yep.
Paul Whitmire. Jason Stanton. I'm Christina Martin.
Thank you. The public notice as an executive session was held this evening at 6 p.m. for the purpose of collecting information or educating agency members about an issue. Are there any revisions or additions to the agenda?
Madam President, I will just mention for the benefit of the folks that are here this evening. So we are going to be streaming our meetings. The meeting is currently being streamed at this point. The room is live. The mics are live. So just want to let you know, should you stand at the podium, you would be recorded. Thank you.
Thank you. This is the public comment section for agenda items. If anybody would like to address council on any agenda items, please step to the podium and mention your name and address. There's no one wanting to address council on agenda items, so we'll move to public presentations. We have no public presentations. We need to, if you've had a chance to review the minutes from the previous meeting of September 9th, if there are no corrections or additions, I need a motion to approve the September 9th, 2024 Borough Council Business Meeting minutes.
I make that motion.
Second.
We have a second and a first. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Administration?
Madam President, I have nothing under administration for this evening.
Thank you.
Oh,
We want to, can I ask him a question, an administrative question now, or should I wait till manager's report? Just ask.
No. Yes. Mhm.
Someone join.
they all should be muted. I locked everybody out, so they shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, instead of waiting for the manager's report, you mentioned you had discussed something with Public Works about the salt shed. What's wrong with it?
There was a patch that was on the side of the salt shed. And apparently that patch is in the process of failing. And so water is leaking in and causing damage to the salt. So we are investigating at a staff level what the best option at this time would be. And then in terms of patching, there's also a number of pinholes that are allowing moisture to get in. And so from a long-term planning standpoint, we're investigating replacement cost of
Entire dome.
the entire dome. At some point, it will need to be replaced. But we're hoping that this patch will be fixed, that'll hold us for a period of time.
And is it something Public Works can do?
No, we would be bringing in an outside vendor to
Okay.
do that.
And would we be bidding that?
Depends on the cost of the repair. More than likely, we would attempt to get 3 quotes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We have a couple resolutions. Resolution number 757, revisions for the right to know policy. You want to clarify that?
Oh, thank you, Madam President. This resolution is a result of some recent right to know requests that both the borough as well as other communities, not only in this region, but throughout the state, has been receiving. The borough solicitor took language that was created by the Office of Open Records. So this language is not arbitrary. This is based on their guidelines of best management practices as it relates to right to know requests. Essentially, what we're updating are 2 main areas. One is just reiterating that utilization of the state form is now required by the borough. So if a requester makes a request, they need to use the state form. We're also establishing the policy, council is establishing the policy that anonymous requests will not be responded to. We have been receiving from a particular company several right to know requests where we don't know who the requester actually is. And so the borough is establishing policy to protect itself from some of these, what's the right word? Less than professionally submitted requests.
And does
Anybody
that
have
have
any
to go through
questions?
the law department for that? Does that have to go through that?
That actually would, the resolution and the policy was
I drafted that.
drafted by
Also,
our borough solicitor and once again was adopted from the Office of Open Records.
So if there are no questions, I'd like a motion to adopt resolution number 757, revising the borough policy regarding right to know requests.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We have resolution number 758, establishing emergency spending limits for the borough manager.
Madam President, resolution is in response to a request by council. Council was desirous of having a policy in place that would provide the borough manager for the ability to make emergency, be able to perform emergency spending. And so this particular resolution establishes the policy that the manager has $20,000 that can be spent without consulting counsel in emergency situation. Of course, in all spending matters, I will be communicating with counsel, but this just gives the borough manager the opportunity to make that, take that action in the times of emergencies.
Are there any questions?
Yeah, was that also reviewed by solicitor?
Well, I drafted that. It does include things like notifying council about the circumstances, the reason, the amount spent, why it was necessary to do it on an emergency basis.
Thank you.
Thank you. Then I would like a motion to adopt resolution number 758, establishing emergency spending limit of $20,000 for the borough manager.
I'll make that motion.
Oh,
We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Council committee reports, community engagement and events, finance.
Yes, I received 2 check registers in the last couple of weeks. dated September 13th of 24 and September 20th of 24. And the only question I really had was, there was two. On the 20th, September 20th, check register, there was a Post Gazette ad for $206.15. Was that for a project or was that for something else? What was being bid, if that was a bid?
If memory serves, we had bid out two projects. We had bid out the Bay Street storm sewer project, and we had advertised the roof replacement for the library. And we actually did both of those at the same time with the same ad in an effort to save money.
I was going to say, why is it only $206? That's great. Thank you. And the second question I did have on the check register of 920 was, this Castle Shannon Volunteer Fire Department, it mentions Fire Relief Association and the amount was 44,000 plus. Just try to remember from a previous year, is that the money that comes from the state that comes here and then we give that right to the fire department?
Madam President, that is correct. It is funding that comes from the state, and it is a pass-through mechanism that the state uses. So those funds actually go directly to the fire department, and it actually is a separate fund from your general fund operations. It's I forget what the name is. Is it the relief fund? Yeah.
It is audited every 3 years by the state.
Good, great. Okay, that's good. So I'm good with both those. September 13th and September 20th. You have something you want to
I
add?
do have a couple of inquiries also, two from the 13th. Check register, page 1. There is an expenditure of $4,045.68 for labor council. That seems to be showing up frequently, unfortunately.
And unfortunately, we've had to utilize the services of Labor Council for arbitrations. We've had some FMLA matters we've had to deal with, and so a number of different items between grievances, arbitration, and other union-related matters. We're also bargaining with the police union at this time.
Item 2 on the 13th as well, please. $7,491.04 under wayfinding, professional services. That's page 1, but I think it's,
I think it's the KU resource. Isn't it?
Let's see.
could copy the pages and bring them.
No, there's no page number.
Yeah, that's what I was. It's on
Okay,
the
so
13th.
that particular expense is $74.91.
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right, so that's coming out of Fund 18. That's our capital fund. So that is not a general fund expense. And that is for the wayfinding activities that Lennon Smith has been performing. As council is aware, that is a grant funded project. So the borough will be expending funds, but then looking for reimbursement once this project is completed.
Okay. And that is, that's all that I have. Thank you.
Thank you. If there's no more questions, I need a motion to authorize the payment of all outstanding bills and invoices.
Make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. HR personnel? Nothing. Planning and codes?
Nothing.
Nothing. Public safety?
I'll defer the police department to the civil service. Fire chief. Yes, sir. Thank you, Madam President. So, members of residents of Castle Shannon, thank you. Good evening. I attached our call volume. It's been kind of low this month. We've had 12 calls so far, 10 of them in Castle Shannon and 2 mutual aid calls. We've been with no major incidents in both Castle Shannon and Baldwin Township. Their firefighters assisted a neighboring community with a house fire earlier this month. There were no injuries. Everybody came home safely. We held a couple of in-house fire schools this month, Monday September 9th, your firefighters practiced their skills with vehicle extraction on a donated scrap car. Firefighters practice vehicle stabilization and their skills using the jaws of life with door removal, windshield, front and rear removal, and patient removal. On Monday, September 16th, your firefighters practice Railway Safety 101 emergency response hosted by John Villegas of Wheeling, Lake Erie. He came in and did a 2.5-hour presentation at the hall. We've been trying to do it every 2.5 years now. He was here probably 22, I think, or right. I think it was 21, 22. He came in, he spoke to us, kind of updated us on anything new that he had with railroad safety procedures. If you're not familiar, Lake Erie is the railroad that runs through Shannon. We also asked members of both Dormont and Mount Lebanon to attend that fire training as well, because they will be responding to any incidents that are on the railroads. They'll be the first response with us as well. So it was nice to have them there. I think we had well over 60 members from all 3 departments attend. And it was a good night. Again, no firefighters take any outside training, some miscellaneous items. Several of your firefighters represented the fire department at the Rayco family picnic up at the Serbian Club here on Hamilton Road. Firefighters addressed home safety, fire prevention, along with a few fire truck rides. Rayco asked us to come up because several of our members do work for them and do work with them or for them. And that's why we were asked to come up. And then this past weekend, firefighters attended St. Paul Lacrosse's Health and Wellness Fair held at St. Anne's Church on Hooders Drive. Again, the firefighters addressed home safety, fire prevention, distributed smoke detectors. Then the next day, we went up to the Baldwin Township for their community day up at Armstrong Park. Firefighters did the same thing, addressed home safety, fire prevention, distributed a few smoke detectors along with recruitment of any new members that we could get out of the day. Both events were well received, and I think Mertz was there as well at both locations. Wellness Fair, they were there doing seat checks, baby seat checks or child seat checks. Other than that, I appreciate everything you guys do for us, for the fire department. And Bob Sutton just asked me to give you a little quick update on the garages. The first garage door is completed as of today. That would be bay 1. So if you're looking at the firehouse from the front, it's the one on the far right, closest to the office. They started the removal of the middle garage door. So overnight, there will be no garage door. We actually have someone coming in and staying over. Chief Trooper is aware of it. He's going to let his officers know so they can just drive by and do some periodic checks on us. Make sure that everything's okay. Other than that, again, thank you for everything you guys do for us, and we appreciate it.
Thank you for your service.
Madam President, may I ask a question?
Sure.
Chief, I was just checking, is there a completion date you have in mind?
Yeah, it's been taking about 4 days. The initial door was about 5 days, so they're thinking 4 days. So we should be completed by the end of next week. All the doors are in and ready to go up. So they're just doing one door at a time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Board reports, Allegheny County Birds Association. I have nothing to report. Civil Service.
Take that one. Madam President, no secret in the current atmosphere and environment for law enforcement that recruiting is less than ideal. We've been talking about this now for several years now. Keep in mind that we are entering budget season. However, we had 2 eligibility lists in 2024 and they've been exhausted. We have no current list. Given the unexpected resignation of 3 officers this year, it seems prudent to at least test and have a current eligibility list. So if there's no strong objection to council, we're going to start that process.
Does anybody have any objection to starting a list? No? Then,
Are we looking at replacing one?
Well, it's probably premature to even talk about hiring. I think we'd just like to have an eligibility list, and then as we move into budget season, then that discussion would follow. That's all right with you guys. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. If there's no objections, obviously, so, economic development. Anything there?
Nothing, Bill. Thank you.
I did attend, and as well as Michael, the meeting of the Willow Initiative,
Willow Wonderland.
Willow Wonderland Initiative for a Christmas celebration in the downtown area, and they're moving forward. Library,
Thank you. Great news. Thank you all for everyone's participation that voted. Third year in a row, the Castle Shannon Library got the best free tiny library vote from the city paper readers poll for 2024. So thank you all. Congratulations to the library. It is Love Your Library Month. So you've seen the Love Your Library yard signs out. There's still time to go get yours. So hop by the library, and there's a bunch of merch actually that you can buy. There's stickers and some, I think, tote bags and other things. So stop by, support the library, and grab a yard sign. And there's also going to be a library fundraiser on the 30th of September, next Monday, at Red Robin in the South Hills Village. The book sale was also a huge hit, and I think it was the highest fundraiser so far for book sales at the library. So I can see a couple of volunteers in the room. So thank you guys so much for helping out. And if you never go to one of those book sales, they are amazing. So go to the next book fair. It'll probably be in April, and their flea market and craft fair is also coming up. Thank you.
okay, thank you. I have a question. Who maintains the little library?
I'm sure Heather does.
I mean, because the hinges are off on the one in front of Myrtle School. I don't know if Public Works.
I think the school district probably does the one in the school in.
Okay, then maybe I'll, maybe we can give them a call and see if they, fix their hinges. The door, the windows hanging by one hinge.
Yeah, that's on school.
I didn't have my
That's probably
screwdriver with
school.
me when I was walking the dog, so I couldn't do any repairs. Medical Rescue Team South.
Yes, our next meeting is Wednesday night, September 25th. The Personnel Committee has met twice in the last 2 weeks, and hopefully I can report on that subject on our next meeting in October 14th. Thank you.
Thank you. SHACOG.
Their meeting was last week. Unfortunately, I was out of town on vacation, so I did miss that meeting. The next upcoming event for SHACOG is the annual dinner on October 17th for all SHACOG members at the club at Nevillewood.
Okay, thank you. There's no mayor's report, manager's report,
I have nothing this evening, Madam President.
solicitor's report,
I have nothing.
real estate tax collector.
Yes, Madam President, last month you asked me last meeting you asked me what the percentage was, and I did check it. It's at 94%.
All right. Okay, now this is the portion of the meeting for public comments on non-agenda items. If anybody would like to address council, could you come up to the podium and state your name and address and let us know what's on your mind?
Gary Coombs, Belleville Street. Just two quick questions. Now that you're broadcasting live, at what point of the meeting does this go live to the community before the meeting? Like if we're sitting here chatting before the meeting starts, is the community going to hear conversations going on in here?
Madam President, only because we have pre-meetings prior to the formal meeting. Just for timing and getting equipment set up, I'm turning the system on around 6 p.m.
And then the next question, I believe was mentioned, that the meetings will be available on YouTube. What is the YouTube channel to view the next day in case somebody missed it?
Madam President, I would give staff at least a couple of 2-3 days to get the link, be able to take that recording, get it posted on our website. And so I would be looking for it in a couple of 2-3 days from meeting night. And I would just go to our website, the borough's website.
Okay, is
And
it
look
going
for
back
link.
Castle Shannon Borough for the YouTube channel? Because there's one on there that has the information. I think the last thing that was put in there was about the parks plans.
Right.
I don't know what you.
There should be a link posted on the meeting.
For the YouTube channel?
I think
That's
is what I'm
the plan.
understanding.
That's the plan.
I don't
So
believe last was posted right. Last meeting was not posted.
unfortunately, the last meeting was not posted. The last meeting was not posted only because it was not recorded.
Okay. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there no one else wanting to?
That's gonna be live. We might want to shut the door of the hallway and put a sign up.
Okay.
Because for people that come in early, they may not realize that it's live.
Okay,
Call.
thank you for that suggestion. If there's no other public comments, I'm going to close the public comment section of the meeting. Is there any old business? No? No new business?
I do have a question. Maybe the chief can address this. Coming out of Shop and Save, I see that someone is posting advertisements on every single telephone pole going down Castle Shannon Boulevard looking for masonry work. I don't know that that's what those, okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Can't put anything on a utility pole, in a municipal right away or on any road signs.
Yeah, he had them stapled on every pole.
That's not. They were on 88 Castle Shannon Boulevard, Mount Lebanon Boulevard. I thought.
Perfect, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other new business? Then accept a motion to adjourn. Second? On in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you all for attending.
When does that thing shut off? Does that shut off?